Hi there guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're new here, I am Chirono and I'm a Kenyan living and studying in the Philippines. So guys, welcome to today's episode, and today is a sit down video. I'm just at home and I decided, let me do a sit down video, talk to you guys. It's been so long since I did a sit down video that I don't even know. It's like I'm beginning to forget how a sit down video is done. Oh my god. So guys, today's episode is very interesting, and guys, I'm just sitting on a balcony, and where I'm seated there's a road. Okay, so you might hear, and also I don't know, is there an airport close by or what, but planes always pass here, so you might hear one or two planes passing, sounds of jeepneys, the motorbikes. So please, I hope I'm audible enough for you guys to hear me. Okay, so I just like to sit out here because of the natural light. How inside the house is a bit dark, so I just don't wanna use the ring light or stuff. I just wanted to use the natural light, and hence the reason why I'm seated out here in the first place. So forgive the noise, and I hope you can hear me. Okay, so anyhow, today's topic is very interesting, you guys. I just want to bring you the truth about living in the Philippines. A lot of people have been reaching me out, Chirono, I want to come to the Philippines, I want to come as a student, I want to come and work in the Philippines, all those kind of things. But I want to bring you the truth about living in the Philippines. Okay, there's some cons, there's some pros, and of course everything that has to do with living in the Philippines. So without wasting more of your time, I'll just get right into it. Okay, so point number one, and this is most interesting, and I put this on number one because this is the first thing sorry, I put this on number one because this is the first thing that you will experience when you get to the Philippines, and that is you become an instant celebrity. So guys, why do I say you become an instant celebrity? Like guys, when I first came to the Philippines, I came to the Philippines even before the pandemic, okay? I came in 2019. And let me tell you guys, when you're walking in the streets, the stares that you get, and should you ever find somebody that's courageous enough to approach you, the first thing they ask you, oh, can I take a picture? Where are you from? They really want to take pictures with you. Like guys, I remember one day, my friend Annie and we went to a company, and oh my god, the photos that I took there was a lot. Like everybody was asking to take a photo with me, and I'm like, okay, why do they put these photos in me? Like, I don't know. I don't know why, but it's just a thing. Even on the streets, somebody will just stop you to tell you, please, let's take a picture. Please, what's your Facebook account? Let's be friends on Facebook. I want to be friends. So you become an instant celebrity. Like you become a center of attention. So anyhow, so if you've never been a celebrity in your country, where you come from, please, I will advise you to come to the Philippines and feel how it feels like to be a celebrity. Sometimes when you see people trying to notice you, you might even just find a way to just escape, because the next thing you will already know, you can already tell the next thing they're gonna do is ask to take photographs, ask you a lot of questions. Oh my god, it's like you're interviewed but outside camera, behind the scenes. So yeah, that's the first point. Okay, so the second point, you guys, is it's funny how do I put these points? Senior citizens are prioritized. Guys, the plane is already passing. I hope you can hear the sound of the plane. But this one is not slow. Sometimes it's very low. Yeah, that you can even read the company. Do we call them company? The senior citizens are prioritized in a way that it's even shocking. And one shocking thing is, guys, in Kenya, where I come from, I don't know where you come from, I'm talking about Kenya. Like in the city, there's not much senior citizens. You'll not see senior citizens like that in the city. You will see senior citizens in the villages. Once somebody retires, they prefer to go home. They have a retirement house, they stay there with their family and stuff. But for people, for here in the Philippines, it's quite different. All the people live in the cities, okay? And so that's why they really get a lot of priorities. Let me tell you guys, okay, in as much as Kenya, we do sometimes prioritize it, the citizens, the senior citizens, like seated, and a senior citizen walks in, you have to stand and let them sit, okay? You excuse yourself, like you give them your seat. But here, especially in the train stations, they are senior, like in a train, there's a part where it is just for senior citizens, and the priority lane, that is for mostly for senior citizens, the handicapped and the pregnant women. That's mostly, but mostly it's the senior citizens. They have where they will sit in a train, even in a jeepney. Actually guys, the most common transport here in the Philippines is the jeepney, okay? It's the cheapest and it is everywhere, so you can always jump into a jeepney and go wherever you are going, okay? It's cheaper, like, so that's it. And so even in the supermarkets, when you are buying groceries, senior citizens, they get discounts. They get discounts because if they give the senior citizen card, they get discounts, okay? Even while eating, if you go to a restaurant and you're a senior citizen, they give out your card and they give you a discount. In everywhere you get a discount. There's a senior citizen, like, oh my god, wow. And even for some students, anyway, even for students, students have only gets discounts when it comes to transportation, yeah, like you get discount. Like for example, me, when I'm traveling to Pampanga, I just give out my student ID and they give me a discount. I'll not pay as everyone else, okay? So that's another point about the senior citizen. And this one, it's really like, wow, I was like amazed and amused, like, wow, this is. And funny thing, somebody will even prefer, like, you say somebody is very old and he's in the supermarket, or he or she is in the supermarket just sitting there buying groceries, and you know, for the lane, they have their own priority lane, so where there's seats and stuff, so they put a bench there so that as they wait, they sit. But sometimes I'm like, they're really active. The senior citizens are really active. Like, I don't think my grandfather will go to the supermarket while I'm home, when I'm just seated at home doing nothing. Of course, I will offer to go, okay? So, like, unlike here, senior citizen, you'll find a old woman alone in the supermarket buying things, or maybe with a child, with a daughter or grandchild, yeah. But mostly you will find somebody, as long as they are strong enough and they want to just buy a few things, you know, something that they can easily carry, yeah, they will always go by themselves. Points. Now we are on the third point, the language, okay? So guys, coming to the Philippines, the good thing about the Philippines is most Filipinos can communicate in English with most Filipinos, okay, but not fluent English, okay? So for you to really adjust, for you to be heard, for you to make your points, or if you are in the markets, you want to buy onions, tomatoes, you don't expect to go to the market and speak to somebody in the market in English. So the thing is, yes, they might understand, but then the basic, you need to learn the basic Tagalog, okay, the basic Filipino language for you to really fit in, okay? Because the first question they will always ask you, marunong mo Tagalog, like, do you understand Tagalog? Because most people, like, the language that is widely spoken here is Tagalog, is Filipino, okay? So for you to come in as a foreigner, you don't understand even basic Tagalog, like, okay, you get in a jeepney and you know, when you know a basic Tagalog, you can always ask in Tagalog, like, how much the price is, or if you go to the market, how much the price is, you can always ask in Tagalog, okay? So the basic words for you to actually, the thing is, you need to learn the basic words in order to survive here in the Philippines. Not like you will not be able to communicate with people, but you can easily communicate and make more friends when you learn the basic Tagalog. You don't you need to have a basic thing, okay? So at least when you are buying something, you can say, instead of saying how much is it, you can say makano. See, that is a basic Tagalog. It's not how some locals might ask, but at least that is a basic Tagalog, okay? So maybe when you go to the market, you want to buy water, you see. So instead of saying, can I buy water, you might say, okay, you might, you speak Taglish. We call it here Taglish. You mix Tagalog with English. So at least some people will be like, oh, okay, that at least they will understand you, and they will want to be more friendly with you, because they see that you are interested in learning their language. And like when you're just like speaking English all throughout, yes, some might understand you, but some might not also understand you. Okay, so that's another thing that you really need to learn when you come here. Basic Tagalog is very, very, very important for you. So that is just a tip. Like, people widely speak in Tagalog everywhere. Tagalog is the national language here in the Philippines. Okay, so you have to have a basic knowledge of it for you to come here and be able to live at least a happy life. And one other point, guys, is when I was coming into the Philippines, and most people actually, and even most people that reach me out, they always have this question: can I work and study in the Philippines? And so it's about students, foreign students in the Philippines. Like, if as a foreign student in the Philippines, you guys, you're not allowed to work. Like, as long as you're on a student visa, you cannot work. So what the tour about living in the Philippines is, guys, you have to depend everything you're depending it from home. Like, everything you're getting it from home. Okay, you can never you can get a side hustle, like you go, hey, if you come here with a mindset like, oh, maybe I'll get a side hustle, work, and then get a bit of money outside of school. My God, you have to be a student full time and wait for your parents to send you something at the end of the month, or when you run out. Okay, depending on your agreement on depending on your expenditure. Yeah, so being a student here, you cannot work. Some people come here thinking like, oh, they are going abroad. Now they get to work, and people back home, they don't understand, especially the friends and some relatives who don't know. So they might think like, you are abroad, now send us something and stuff. So the truth about living in the Philippines, guys, especially as a student, unless I told you I was working here in the Philippines, then as long as I'm here as a student, that you should, I don't have any extra amount to spare and give to somebody else. Okay, because I myself also is a dependent. I'm not independent, I'm dependent. Okay, so most of the time you'll find yourself dependent. As a foreign student, you will always be dependent on your parents. Okay, so the only thing that you need to do is plan yourself well, organize yourself, know how to budget. Okay, budget yourself well. And like I always tell people who reach me out, like, guys, you can always find everything that is within your budget. Sometimes you might think, when I initially got to the Philippines, I thought things was really cheap. But then when I got to think about it, it's not as cheap as it might seem. Okay, it's not like everything is sold on kgs. So that's another thing about here in the Philippines. There was a time in December, I was not here, but people used to complain to me like, the onions are 600 per kg. Imagine 600. And let me tell you, there's always price inflation in December. I don't know why or the reason why, but prices always go up in December. Like, can you imagine onions going up to 600 per kg? How many onions can you get? Oh my God. So yeah, sometimes especially in December, things go really high. Things become so high. I don't know why. I don't know, do people get maybe bonuses in December or something, but prices go high. And also, guys, even traffic go high in December. Like, I remember when I was going home, I was stuck in traffic for like 2 hours. A journey that you can take simply like at least 1 hour, mostly, or tops with traffic. That one I took almost 2 hours just to get to the airport. So in December, things are crazy in the Philippines. Another point, guys, and this is very important. Guys, here in the Philippines, the LGBT community is just it's a thing. Okay, and like where we come from, I guess it has been recently been approved in Kenya, but it wasn't there. Okay, you rarely see people, you rarely see gay people and stuff. Here it is a thing. It is a thing. Like, I remember when I first came here, guys, I used to be like, you know, I was having a hard time differentiating between a woman and a ladyboy. They're just like, you might never be able to differentiate them. Okay, so one thing is for sure, if you're coming here, you have to, if you're living in the Philippines, especially as a foreigner, you have to be really careful with your words. You have to be really careful with the way you treat the LGBTQ people, you know, because yes, I don't know, for some reason, you know, you cannot just jump into like, okay, you already see some ladyboys are not easily noticeable, like, oh, this is a man, but just this is a ladyboy, okay, so they are easily noticeable, but some are not. So, but let me talk about those that are easily noticeable. You can easily notice that this is a ladyboy, this is a gay man, and then you end up make a mistake of calling them he, okay, maybe they don't like it. So don't rush into pronouns. Don't rush into pronouns. First know where, like, if that person is a close person to you, or maybe just somebody you met, please try not to use pronouns. Don't say, oh, please kuya, like even that one, because kuya, okay, the kuya here is a word widely used here in the Philippines to mean like brother or something, and then ate to mean sister, like, so you can call anybody kuya, like kuya, that's a respectful word to call somebody, okay, instead of, because you don't know their name and you just want to call them in a respectful manner. Yeah, so kuya, please kuya, can you help me do this, please ate, please, you see. Or if you see somebody that is of an older woman, you can easily call them nai. So yeah, okay, nanai is mother, okay, but they call it, they shorten it to nai. So nai or nanai, that is a short of nanai, okay, nai to mean mother, okay, so it's easier that way. So me having explained those few words that you use here in the Philippines, now let's get to the point where now you meet a gay man who is a ladyboy and you call them kuya. That is very offensive to them. So yeah, calling the people by their pronouns, like, you have to really first understand their pronouns. Like, I have a friend, I know maybe probably they are watching this video, and then yeah, they're always making my hair, you know. So for me, since I'm very comfortable with them, I ask them, okay, what is your, as you see right now, I'm not even saying a he or she, all right. I ask them what is their pronoun, what is the pronouns that they prefer. Do they prefer to be called she or a he? Okay, and she told me, like, she prefers to be called a she. Okay, so there's no way I will now go there and say, oh kuya, no, I have to now call him ate. You see? Okay, so you have to be really careful with the pronouns. Even guys, people, and even I realize even most Filipinos are really careful with their pronouns. Okay, even if you walk into let's say a mall, and there is the security guards, I don't know, for some reason they're always greeting. Okay, if you go into a mall, hi ma'am, sir. Okay, now they don't say hi ma'am alone. You are a woman, but they just say hi ma'am, sir, just not to confuse your pronouns, okay, so that you don't, not to offend you. So yeah, that is one thing. Like, people just say hi ma'am, sir, hi ma'am, sir, hi ma'am, sir. That's it, because you don't know the pronouns that somebody prefers. Because like I said initially when I was beginning this topic, the LGBT community here is something like, there's a lot of gay people here in the Philippines. Like, they just are accepted in the society, and hence why there is a lot of them. And so you just coming out here and saying, oh, hi kuya, they'll get offended and they don't even talk to you. So it's better, don't rush into pronouns. Don't rush into pronouns while you're in the Philippines. So this is more like a piece of advice to people who intend to come to the Philippines, because that is one mistake that people do. You see somebody and then just be careful with the pronouns. Don't just rush into pronouns. So this is more like an advice, okay? So please do take my advice when you come to the Philippines. Be careful with the pronouns, okay? Don't just call somebody he or kuya, ate. You don't know what they prefer, okay? that's why in the malls or wherever you will go and see these security guards, they have this etiquette of greeting. So they would say hi ma'am, sir, not hi ma'am. Okay, so that is just a tip coming to the Philippines. So I don't know, maybe let me see if they have another points. I had written them down. Oh yeah, the dress code, guys. Let me tell you, Philippines, yes, there is this thing, my dress, my choice. My dress, my choice here in the Philippines is legit. Like somebody can wear anything here in the Philippines. Especially if you're just walking around in the streets, you can wear something like a short shorts. You can do anything you prefer. But then when you're going into a government institution, into an office, that is, you're going to do very important things. Like, let's say you're going into the immigration, number one. Immigration, or let's say you're going into maybe a school, even a school, maybe to inquire for admissions, and then or let's say just anything, any institution, hospital, you can go to the hospital anyhow you want. And some satellite immigration, you can dress anyhow you want, but there are those important ones. Like, let's say you're going to the NBI office to get a, let's say you're going to get a police clearance. Yeah, those kind of offices, guys, there's a way you have to dress. You cannot wear a sleeveless, something that is sleeveless. Okay, and in fact, most Filipinos don't wear sleeveless. That is one thing about Filipinos. They don't wear something that doesn't have sleeves. Even going to church, guys, you have to wear something that is decent, something that has sleeves. And even in my church, the church that I go to, it's written there, no sleeveless and no short dress. So you have to wear a decent something. So guys, if you go to a government, and there is no sandals also, guys. You can't go there with, you have your beautiful sandals, you say, oh, let me rock these sandals. Oh my god, you will be returned. Oh. You'll be told, go and dress properly. So yes, you have to be careful with, I feel like Filipinos, they mind so much about the upper end of their bodies. Okay, you have to really be protective of this side of the body. You have to really be careful about that, because so you can't wear sleeveless, and if I notice Filipinos, every time they're bending down, they're doing this, they're holding it here. Cleavage exposing is not a thing here. When you go, let me say, guys, this is not even a joke. When you go to Kenya, you will just be like, you will everywhere seeing cleavage. But here in the Philippines, you hardly see cleavage. People don't. Even when somebody just wants to bend down to get something, they will hold it. They will hold here. So I used to be like, even when entering a jeepney, you'll see a woman coming in and they are just holding it. They're holding here, just for their dress not to misappropriate and show some, So they're always holding here. I was like, oh, okay, what is this tip? But anyway, so that's it. That's another thing that happens in the Philippines. Okay, so you can't just walk into let's say you're going to extend your visa, you can't just go to the immigration just dressing anyhow. You have to be decent. You have to really be decent. Some even don't allow tips. You have to wear something that is you have to be official. Even so, like, it's like you're going for a job interview, but you're not actually going for a job interview. You're just going to get something, some documents done, or maybe you're going to, yeah. So that's it, guys. You have to be that there's a dress code when you're going into government offices or into just institute, like, yeah. So there's a dress code. You don't just go there, otherwise you'll be returned. I think this is going to be my last point. Another thing, guys, like in the Philippines, it's not cold, it's hot. Me, where I come from, my home, the degrees, especially in the morning, during morning hours, you get the degrees is about 10, 11, 13 maximum, and during the day maybe 16, 18. Here we are talking 27, 30, 32, sometimes 40, especially during summer. It's very hot. So Philippines is really, really, really hot. It's something that I didn't anticipate. When my sister used to tell me like, oh, Philippines is hot, I was like, are you sure it's hot? Because I remember that time I was living in Mombasa, and I was like, okay, Mombasa is hot, so how are there's no way Philippines can be more hot than Mombasa. And let me tell you guys, I got here and I got a shock. Even before the plane landed, I was already feeling the heat. So yeah, that is it. Philippines is a hot country. You don't need, but you get used to. Like right now, I'm just sitting outside. There's a point, but although there is a lot of breeze coming in, but there's a times that I couldn't even sit outside, even in the evening, because it's still hot. I just want to be inside somewhere under a fan or something. Yeah, so that's it. So yeah, anyhow, so guys, I don't know, I think I've exhausted everything that I needed to talk about. So I think that is everything I had to say about living in the Philippines, or live in the Philippines. And I hope you learned something in this video. Okay, I hope you took something home, especially the people who are anticipating coming to the Philippines, especially as students. I hope you wrote some notes down, because you're gonna need these advices. Okay, you're gonna need it when you come here. So I hope you've learned something, and I hope it is positive. So if you have any more questions, if you have anything else that you feel like, oh, you should have talked about this, please leave it down in the comment section, and I'll definitely talk about it next time when I do another sit down video, or maybe I'll just put it there, So please comment down below, and then let me know what you think about the video. If you're living in the Philippines as a foreigner, how is it? Like, is everything I talked about, can you relate to some of the things that I've talked about here? Yeah, so let me know down in the comment section. And guys, please, let's not forget to subscribe. Okay, let's subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so that we don't miss out on any of my new videos. Okay, so guys, until next time, bye. I'll see you on my next video, guys. Okay, and it's gonna be lit. Look forward to it.